Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope your day is off to a great start, and thanks for being with us on KSAT News Now, our bite-sized digital newscast. We have a lot going on this morning.
Yeah, it's been a very busy morning here in the KSAT newsroom, and we have the results from our KSAT News Now Tamale Challenge. You know, a lot of people have been talking about this around the city.
Thanks for participating.
Yes, we definitely appreciate everyone who's voted. We had hundreds of votes. I was a little surprised by this, but we're now on to round 2, so we'll reveal those top 6. And we also want to tell you,
you were surprised about people
voting. Yes, I would say. I mean, we had a lot of votes, and plus people were a little upset that we omitted.
We'll get to that later. Don't remind them.
Yeah, you can also take part in the Tim Duncan challenge. This is pretty cool. It's an effort to help feed people here during the holiday season. Plus, why funds for child's tax credit could soon end, and of course, this is going to affect millions of families around the country.
But first, let's start with some breaking news. That breaking news coming out of St. Paul, Minneapolis, where former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin has pleaded guilty to using his position as a police officer to violate George Floyd's constitutional rights.
Yeah, so this news just came in. The federal charge accuses Derek Chauvin of depriving Floyd of his rights by kneeling on his neck as he was handcuffed and not resisting. You could see him right there. That was his previous trial. The guilty plea means his time in prison for murdering Floyd could run about 6 years beyond the state sentence.
So the judge right now has not set a date for sentencing. We'll of course keep you updated on how that plays out.
Yeah, and of course, you know, we're continuing to follow this. This is some news that we just got into the newsroom, and it's interesting that, you know, we saw this from earlier this year. This is such a big high-profile case, and we're still seeing some of the aftermath of all this. So, again, we will continue to follow this story, and we have.
Today was a little different. It was very quick. He went in there, I believe he was wearing, you know, the orange shirt, the orange jumpsuit, handcuffed, and it was very quick. You know, he just went in there and said, guilty, Your Honor. So that went by quick. So again, pleading guilty to this federal charge, and the effect of that means a possible longer sentence, but that sentencing date has not been set by the judge. But now let's get to weather.
Oh yes, weather.
And records.
What's up, guys?
And Justin Horn. Yes, records. That's a great way to put it, because I heard Justin in the 9 a.m. say this is a pretty record-breaking month so far. We're getting there.
I think so. I mean,
it's the bottom line.
You're right. The first half of December has been really warm, and I think it's safe to say it's been one of the warmest start to Decembers we've seen here in South Texas. So let's look at some of the records this morning. We only got down to 69 in San Antonio, so if you walked out the door this morning, you're like, wow, it's warm. You're right. The record warm low, 64, set back in 1933. So if we don't drop below 69 by midnight, which I don't think we will, we'll blow out the old record. Del Rio will too. So it just gives you some perspective here on how warm it's been. Now the next question is, what's it going to be like over Christmas? All right, we don't know the exact temperature or anything like that. Yeah, and so what we're looking at here, this red color represents above average temperatures. So this is the projection December 23rd through December 29th. And we think that all of Texas, most of the South, will be above average. So if you're hoping for a cold Christmas, doesn't look like it's in the cards. It's not looking great, I'll tell you that. And how about a white Christmas? We get this question a lot. Will we get snow on Christmas?
I heard the bad news this morning, Justin.
Doesn't look great. Doesn't look great. So basically, it's a 0% low chance here around South Texas. You got to go up into
he didn't even
Wisconsin, Minnesota. Well, look, we've technically never seen a white Christmas here in San Antonio. Now, deep South Texas actually has. That's kind of the ironic part of this. If you remember, in 2004, snowed down around Corpus and Brownsville, but we didn't get much here in San Antonio. So we're still dreaming of a white Christmas. Not really in the cards.
So have to wait till next week.
Sorry.
Keep dreaming.
Bearer of bad news here. Satellite picture shows we've got a lot of clouds now. We'll get some breaks in the clouds. It's warm, you know that. 74 degrees at the airport, 72 in Uvalde. In the extended forecast, we're going to go 80 next couple of days. That's pretty close to the record high, too. We get our front through Saturday morning. That brings the changes. So this weekend it will be cooler. 50s on Saturday, gusty winds. There is a chance for some showers and storms early in the day, and then maybe a break when it comes to the rain by the afternoon. And then Sunday, some energy comes in, and that brings rain chances back. So 40% chance of showers on Sunday, a high of only 52. And then maybe things start to moderate a little bit. As we get into next week, we'll get some more sun, and then we're back probably into some warm temperatures next week. And by the way, Tuesday, winter officially begins.
Oh my gosh, and I've been saying it's winter, it's winter.
Still technically fall.
Wow.
But it feels like
So,
summer.
so this
Definitely
weekend,
doesn't feel like it.
so this weekend is possibly the coldest.
Yeah, it's
like-
our one cool down. 2 days.
In the
pretty
world.
much.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than how it was was it Sunday? Just the one day? Or that was Saturday?
Yeah, that was Saturday night. I was out that it was cold on Saturday night. Yeah, I don't think this is a little bit warmer than what we had. Okay,
Chilly. It'll be chilly in the afternoon. I mean, it's along the
This
same
is like,
lines,
look,
but
it's not gonna get cold, okay, people.
cold South Texas style.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Justin.
You got
it. Staying with the weather this morning, President Joe Biden is in Kentucky this morning to see for himself the damage and destruction that's been left behind from all of those tornadoes that ripped through several states.
That is such a sad situation out there. Search and rescue crews are still going through debris and flattened homes and buildings, looking for more than 100 people still accounted for.
Yeah, and this is considered to be the nation's deadliest tornado outbreak in more than a decade. I mean, that is just hard to believe, claiming the lives of at least 74 Kentucky residents for now, at least. They expect some more.
Yeah, the governor expecting that number, of course, to climb, and the president is expected to give a briefing on the latest with recovery efforts and disaster declarations for the area.
And to make things even worse, there are more fears this morning with a new storm system that's making its way across the U.S. and people, of course, look at that. I mean, just the destruction, damage, unbelievable. Just racing, trying to salvage whatever they can before they get another round of some severe weather expected up there.
And I mean, a situation like this is always so heartbreaking. But then we link it back to we're in the holiday season. So for these families, the little that they may have had, they don't have anything anymore. So it's just so important to see in which ways we can help, which organizations are vetted to donate to, and that way they can give back to the families who are really in need right now.
Yeah, that's a great point. A lot of places that are accepting donations and funds to help these victims out. And you also seen these personal stories. There was a story of a gentleman who lived a few towns away who went down and just took like his grill, and he took like burgers and hot dogs and like chips just so that people could have some food there. And they asked him, they're like, well, why'd you come down here? And he's like, well, I just want to help these people get a meal.
Whatever way
so
he could.
yeah, any way that you can help, obviously, that would be fully accepted there.
All right, and two news from Washington. Funds for the Child Tax Credit, or CTC, could soon run out, which this would affect 35 million families that benefit from this money. The future of those funds is now in the hands of the Senate.
The Senate would have to pass the Build Back Better plan, but if they don't, it could put 10 million kids at risk of slipping into poverty. I mean, these are massive numbers when you think about these families.
Yeah, and that's a scary situation there, those kids being at risk. This year, families are getting $3,000 per child ages 6 to 17, and then $3,600 for children under 6. And it's estimated that 91% of low-income families use their CTC on basic necessities, including food, education, and other needs they may have.
Yeah, another big part of the pandemic there. So part of the holdup is West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin, who has concerns over the overall cost of the bill. The Senate has until December 28th, so about a week and a half away, to decide what comes next, Alicia. Yeah, and we've seen a lot of people still that are, stimulus checks and things like that really kind of help people stay afloat during the pandemic, and especially if you have kids, that's the big help there.
So if you think about it, December 28th, so that's past Christmas. So these families don't know if they'll be getting any money, which means that they'll more likely won't have a Christmas because they're crunching those numbers and probably saving. So we'll keep up with that. And again, that vote, they have until December 28th to decide.
28th, yeah.
All right, sticking with Christmas. RJ, how's your Christmas shopping list coming along?
It's not good, Alicia.
No?
Still it's not good. Well, here's the thing. I didn't have to do any, and I know we're about to talk about this here, but I didn't have to deliver anything, so I'm procrastinating.
What do you mean you didn't have to, like?
I didn't have to send anything off.
Oh,
so I'm thinking to myself, I got the 23rd,
But you don't have to
24th.
order anything from, like,
I did do a couple of things there. I have done that. So,
All
okay.
right. Well,
I
if you're
still
in
think
his
it's not
boat,
great.
know that there's a major holiday deadline today. It's the last day for ground delivery with FedEx and USPS to get gifts before Christmas, RJ.
Yes. So, well,
Slacking
first
here.
of all, before we move on, how are you doing on yours? You said you went Christmas shopping.
I actually ordered mine yesterday, so I don't know why I'm. I ordered some shoes yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So today,
Nice.
and then for retailers, it varies. No, not for me, not this time. I'm tempted, but no.
Yeah, so don't fear. I mean, of course, this is not going to be the end of delivery here, but expedited and overnight delivery will still be an option, but those will come with a higher fee. Retailer shipping deadlines for online orders vary, and many stores will offer curbside and in-store pickup throughout Christmas Eve. So that's good there.
Yeah,
for
but
procrastinators
look,
like
let me tell
myself.
you, my experience yesterday was I had the shoes in the cart with a certain retailer, and I got up to get my card, and then went back to the couch, and they were sold out.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's
the worst.
I was going to do curbside
Yeah.
pickup, so
Yeah.
purchase online to just go pick it up curbside, and that didn't work out. So act fast. Remember that deadline for ground shipping, USPS and FedEx today.
Yeah, I'm surprised they let you keep it in the cart. Sometimes if you keep it in there and then you like go to try and check out, they'll just get rid of it. I hate when that happens. And then you're right, and then it's like they're just gone.
No, I'm gone.
Well, I'm glad you didn't have that
Heartbreak.
experience. Okay, moving on here. Alicia, do you know Tim Duncan's nickname?
No. No. But is it right there?
Yes, it's right there.
It's the big fundamental?
It is the big fundamental. Yes, Tim Duncan, known as the big fundamental. He is
What?
now.
Really?
He is, yes, because he was just such a basic player. So they would just say, like, man, this guy just is
A
so
basic?
fundamental.
Oh, okay.
Basic, like the most
Yeah.
basic guy. Didn't show off or anything. He's just the most basic, fundamental guy ever.
Wow, I feel like that term basic is more negative.
No, that's definitely Timmy. But okay, so now the all-time Spurs great, the big fundamental, is giving a big assist to the San Antonio Food Bank to help feed people in need this holiday season.
Well, this is cool. The Spurs Hall of Famer and the San Antonio Food Bank have launched the Tim Duncan 2.1 Challenge, of course, to represent that I know, his number,
yes.
21.
So here's how it works. So Duncan is matching all donations made to the food bank through the end of this month, so December 31st, doubling the impact of the donation. So Duncan's goal is to provide 2.1 million meals this holiday season.
People who donate $21 or more will receive a digital thank you photo from Tim Duncan, and anyone who donates $2,100 or more will receive a special thank you video from Timmy himself.
Yeah, you look at Timmy right there. This is before he grew out the hair, but he's there with Eric Cooper, of course, does a great job with the San Antonio Food Bank. And the Spurs also, Alicia, tonight hosting a peanut butter drive. So if anyone's headed out there to that game, go ahead and take a jar of Jiffy and help feed people in our
That's
area.
awesome.
Yeah, so Spurs doing a lot of good stuff. And of course, Timmy right there.
Timmy, what is it? Big
The
fundamental?
big fundamental. I would have accepted
fundamental right
I would
there.
have accepted the GOAT as well.
Okay.
The greatest of all time.
That is an opinion.
Oh my, okay, here we go. Sports debates, hot sports
Yeah,
debates
sports
here.
debates. We didn't open for that. All right.
Speaking of debates, a lot of debates going on here with this next
This one
thing.
has
okay.
been.
This is basically the greatest food challenge in history, well, since our last KSAT News Now food challenge with tacos.
Yeah, so 6 San Antonio tamal spots have advanced to the second round of our Tasty Tamal Showdown.
Yeah, so let's take a look at which ones are on this list. And of course, hundreds of people voted. Again, I was a little surprised by the amount of people that voted.
Why are
as
you
we went from
surprised?
12 restaurants to 6.
We're in Texas, Tex-Mex, like
That's true. And it's tamale season as
people
well.
have tamales as part of their Thanksgiving, so why wouldn't they
People,
have it?
I don't know. They just
What?
got way fired up about
RJ.
this.
RJ.
So here's a rundown real quick. We have Adelitas del Rio, delicious tamales, heard great things about them. Rubens, tamale boy, look at that guy. Tejas tamales and barbacoa. I like how Tejas added in barbacoa too. This is like, boom, you can get that as
Sunday
well.
staple. Sunday staple. So congratulations to the top 6, but we still need your help to decide who will make it to the final or to the next round of the showdown.
Right, so we're going from 6 to 3, and voting will begin today, actually, for round 2, and then we're going to get to the 3 finalists on Monday. So that's the way we're doing this. So go to KSAT.
For those of you watching, I do have a question. I am not. No, I do like tamales, first of all,
Okay.
but I love the
You don't
ones
wanna
with
get yourself in
rajas con
trouble.
queso. Have you had those?
Okay.
Who has the best rajas con queso? I wanna
Okay,
know.
so I hadn't even really heard of it. That's Chile, right?
Yes, the chile
Okay.
poblano.
Okay, so our
So good.
one of our KSAT Insider producers now, Rocio, she mentioned that the other day.
So
She's
good.
from Dallas, so
Oh.
that's probably why. I had never heard of
Well,
that.
no, I mean, my family's from San Luis, so the lady who we frequent with
Yes,
tamales, the order
yeah.
from, she makes, in my opinion, the best.
Mm.
But I want to know who has them here.
You're right. That's not something that I usually see on
No,
the
because
menu.
it's usually pork, chicken, bean and cheese is a thing here in San Antonio.
Yes.
Which I had never
Yeah.
heard.
So it's
about.
like a cream cheese or something like that.
No, it's
That's
like
not-
cheddar cheese, and we'll get to it later. All right.
having a whole conversation here. Okay, now to a pretty heartwarming story here from our area. A grandpa and granddaughter from San Antonio once again making headlines after crossing the stage together. This is so cool.
This is very cool. This is, as UTSA said, family goals, right? Rene Neira, there you have him on the right-hand side of your screen, and his granddaughter, Melanie Salazar, earned their bachelor's degrees over the weekend from UTSA. Mr. Neira has a bachelor's now in economics, and Melanie earned hers in communication. So they did it together. This is so special.
Yeah, being able to kind of go across the stage there. So Cafe College even tweeted congratulating Mr. Neira, saying, quote, he has been coming to Cafe College since 2017 and we are so proud of his accomplishments.
So
End
Cafe
quote.
College does a lot.
Yes.
It's a resource for students. You can go in there, they have counselors that can guide you with like even application process to college. They of course have computers, so really they have all the tools that you need. So I think that is so cool that Mr. Neira would go over there and you know get help from Cafe College,
Absolutely.
and they've accomplished their goal. They
Yeah.
crossed the stage. How special.
Yeah, he definitely took advantage of those opportunities, and it's one of those things where, you know, it's probably like been a lifelong thing for him. I think he originally was going to college at St. Mary's,
Yes,
if I'm not
and then he
mistaken,
had
and then
to
he had to
withdraw.
leave because to help family out with you know, just to help his family out. So
Yeah,
it's
which
a
I'm
great
sure many
story.
families can relate to.
Yeah, it's a great story.
So this is just so exciting. He accomplished his goal, and he did it with his granddaughter, and they would help each other. So I just think that's beautiful. So congratulations to those two, and I'm sure that's inspiring many others out there too.
Definitely. Okay, so gonna take a look real quick at some Facebook Live comments here, and I'm getting called out here because Bonnie Filoteo says that Tim isn't basic, he's humble.
Okay, see, so
Bonnie coming after me here because I said that the definition of Tim was he was just pretty basic, but he was the greatest.
I
I'm
think
saying
maybe
that too.
he's just not flashy.
There we go. Yeah.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
He's a solid player.
Yeah.
More than solid, I would say.
Yeah.
I would even say that.
A Hall of Famer. Yeah.
Yeah. So basic. I mean, I'm
Thanks,
thinking
Bonnie.
like how they say like, are you basic with pumpkin spice latte, right? So that's what basic is just not a good.
I wonder if Tim does the PSL stuff. But thank you very much, Bonnie, for chiming in and calling me out a little bit there. Definitely,
Okay, so
appreciate
going
that.
back to the showdown with the tamales,
Yes.
Cindy asked the question, what about Delia's? We
about
mentioned this.
Delia's?
So this showdown is local homegrown spots. Delia's is not a local
Yes.
spot. We do recognize that they're good, they're very popular, but they are not from San Antonio. So that's why they're not on that list.
Yeah, I think they have like 7 locations in the
Yeah,
valley.
they're huge.
So obviously they've opened up that one location here in San Antonio. And look, I like Delia's tamales. I've waited in that line for, you know, that stretches out sometimes Babcock to 1604. So I've waited in that line for those tamales. They're really good. But again, we're just doing local San Antonio spots here. So don't send me any more bad emails, people. Send them to, what's your email address?
No.
Just playing.
What? I'm not.
Barrera.
Leave me alone.
Just playing.
Well, you guys, we hope you tune in. Again, we will participate in the showdown, so we want to hear from
Right.
you. We will see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Y'all have a great day.